Ladies and gentlemen, life isn't a dress rehearsal. You don't get a second run at this. Every sunrise is a countdown, every day a page you can't tear out and rewrite. The truth is, we all act like we have unlimited time, but we don't. You're not promised next year, next month, or even next week. That's why urgency isn't optional. It's the fuel that turns dreams into reality. Waiting for the perfect time is the biggest trap you'll ever fall into, because perfect never comes. The only time you actually have is right now. Most people waste years hiding in their comfort zone, convincing themselves they're not ready. But comfort is the silent killer of dreams. It keeps you stuck, playing it safe, while life passes you by. The things you want most are sitting just beyond that wall of fear you keep avoiding. Fear is a signal. It's proof that what you're about to do matters. And the moment you push through it, you open the door to everything you've been craving. Your dreams don't have an expiration date, but you do. That clock in the background, it never stops ticking. And one day, whether you like it or not, it will hit zero. The question is, will you have lived in a way that makes you proud? Or will you look back, wishing you'd started sooner? Stop waiting for permission. Stop waiting to feel ready. Move now. Take one step, even if it's messy. That step creates momentum, and momentum changes everything. Life has no duplicates. You have one shot, and the world needs the version of you that's bold enough to chase what matters. Live with urgency. Reach for your dreams, and don't you dare waste the gift of today. I can also make a more intense, short punch, line version of this, so it hits harder for a YouTube or stage intro. That would sound almost like a rallying cry. Want me to do that next? You get one life. One. That's it. There's no practice round, no rewind button, and no secret second chance hiding somewhere in the future. Every day that passes is gone forever. Whether you used it to move closer to the life you want, or let it slip away in distraction and hesitation. Most people walk around like time is infinite, as if they can keep putting their dreams off until someday. But someday isn't a date on the calendar. It's a graveyard for ambitions. The harsh reality is that you don't get to relive the moments you waste. You can't wake up 5 years from now and order a fresh batch of opportunities to make up for the ones you ignored. Every single decision you make, big or small, is shaping your story. The way you spend your mornings, the risks you take or avoid, the conversations you have, the energy you give. All of it is writing the only script you'll ever get. You don't get to rip out the pages and start again. That's why playing it safe and putting things off is such a dangerous game. You might think you're buying yourself more time, but in reality, you're letting life drain away without fully living it. You have to wake up to the urgency of right now. If there's something you want to do, someone you want to be, a goal you've been holding back on, it has to start today. Not when it's convenient, not when you feel ready. There will never be a perfect moment, but there is this moment. And it's enough if you use it. The people who change their lives aren't the ones who have more chances. They're the ones who recognize the chance they already have and take it before it's gone. This is your one and only shot at writing a life that excites you, fulfills you, and makes you proud. Treat it like the once in a lifetime offer it is, because that's exactly what it is. Urgency changes everything. It's the switch that flips you from, "I'll get to it," to, "I'm doing it now." Without urgency, your dreams will always live on a to-do list that never gets checked off. Most people are waiting for the perfect timing, the ideal situation, more money, more confidence, or a sign from the universe that it's time to begin. But that waiting is exactly what kills momentum. Urgency is not about rushing recklessly. It's about understanding that time is slipping away whether you act or not. And every moment you delay is a moment you never get back. When you approach life with urgency, you stop overthinking and start moving. You make decisions faster. You act on your ideas before they fade. And you learn by doing instead of sitting on the sidelines. You don't have to be fearless to act with urgency. You just have to be willing to take the first step while the window of opportunity is still open. Most of the breakthroughs you want are on the other side of one uncomfortable move. And if you hesitate too long, the door will close. Urgency is a mindset. It's waking up and asking yourself, if I only had 6 months to turn my life around, what would I do today? That kind of thinking strips away all the excuses. It forces you to prioritize what actually matters and cut the nonsense that wastes your energy. You stop treating your goals like optional hobbies and start treating them like life or death missions. Because in a way they are. Your future depends on them. The truth is, no one ever feels truly ready. Confidence comes from action, not the other way around. If you wait for the perfect conditions, you'll be waiting forever. Urgency doesn't wait for perfect. It uses what's available right now and turns it into progress. And the moment you start moving with urgency, something powerful happens, momentum kicks in. You go from thinking about your dreams to chasing them. And once you're chasing, every step you take builds speed until you're unstoppable. That's the power of urgency. It transforms someday into right now. And right now is where your life actually changes. Comfort feels good, but it's a trap. It lulls you into thinking you're fine, that there's no urgent need to push harder or aim higher. It whispers, "Stay here. It's safe," while quietly robbing you of the life you could have had. The truth is, every dream worth chasing requires you to step outside of what's familiar. If you cling to comfort, you'll wake up one day realizing you've built a life that's easy but empty. A life that kept you sheltered but never fulfilled you. Comfort zones are invisible cages. You don't notice the walls at first because they're padded with routine, predictability, and security. But over time, those walls start closing in. You stop trying new things, you stop taking risks, and you stop testing your limits. The problem is, growth doesn't happen in comfort. It happens in discomfort, in the moments where your heart is racing, your hands are shaking, and you're not entirely sure you can pull it off. That's where transformation lies. Your dreams demand that you trade short-term ease for long-term fulfillment. They will ask you to feel awkward, to face fear, and to endure uncertainty. And that's the part most people avoid, which is why most people settle. They don't fail because they aren't capable. They fail because they choose comfort over courage. Breaking free means making peace with discomfort. It means doing the thing even when it's inconvenient, even when it scares you, even when you could easily find an excuse not to. Every time you choose discomfort over comfort, you expand your capacity. You prove to yourself that you can survive hard things, and not just survive, but grow stronger from them. If you want the life you've been imagining, you have to let go of the life that's merely fine. That means giving up the warm blanket of routine and stepping into the unknown. It will be uncomfortable, yes. But on the other side of that discomfort is everything you've been waiting for. The opportunities, the breakthroughs, the version of you that's capable of so much more than you ever realized while you were playing it safe. Fear is not a stop sign. It's a signal. It's your mind's way of telling you that you're standing on the edge of something important. Most people misunderstand fear. They think it's proof they should turn back, play it safe, or wait until they feel braver. But fear often shows up when you're about to do something that matters, something that will stretch you beyond your current limits. If there were nothing at stake, nothing to gain, nothing to change, there'd be no fear. Think about it. The first time you step onto a stage, launch an idea, have a difficult conversation, or take a leap toward your dream, you feel it. That pounding heart, sweaty palms, shaky breath. That's not weakness. That's your body's way of preparing you for a breakthrough. Fear means you're venturing into new territory, and new territory is where growth happens. The problem isn't fear itself, it's how you respond to it. When you let fear decide, it always chooses the path of least resistance, the one that feels safer in the moment, but robs you of progress. But when you see fear as confirmation that you're moving in the right direction, it becomes fuel. Instead of running from it, you lean into it. You start to expect it. You even welcome it, because you know it's pointing you toward something that could change your life. Fear and excitement feel almost identical in the body. The difference is the story you attach to them. Tell yourself it's fear, and you'll freeze. Tell yourself it's excitement, and you'll move forward with adrenaline and energy. The most successful, fulfilled people aren't fearless, they just act anyway. They've trained themselves to recognize fears as a green light, not a red one. So the next time fear shows up, don't shrink. Pay attention. Ask yourself, what am I about to do that matters enough to make me feel this way? Then take the step. The fear won't vanish, but it will fade as you move. And every time you walk through it, you prove to yourself that you're stronger than the voice trying to hold you back. Fear doesn't mean stop, it means go. It means you're standing exactly where you need to be to take the leap. that will lead to the life you want. Your dreams will wait for you, but your time won't. That's the brutal truth most people ignore. The vision you have for your life, the career you want, the places you want to see, the impact you want to make, it can sit in your heart for years without losing its spark. But you don't have forever to chase it. You are on a clock. And that clock is ticking whether you acknowledge it or not. Every sunrise brings you closer to the day when your chance runs out. Not because the dream has disappeared, but because you won't have the time, energy, or opportunity to pursue it anymore. People love to tell themselves they'll get around to it. They'll start the business when things settle down. They'll travel when they have more money. They'll write the book when they feel ready. But the years pass faster than you think, and life has a way of filling your days with distractions until you look up and realize decades have gone by. Your dreams may still be there untouched, but your window to make them real has gotten smaller, and eventually it closes completely. That's why urgency matters. You can't keep pushing your dreams to the back of the line, like there will always be more time. There won't. The future isn't guaranteed, and even if you live to be old, you don't want to spend your final days looking back with regret, knowing you could have done more, been more, experienced more, but you didn't, because you thought you had endless tomorrows. Your life is happening right now, in this moment, and every choice you make is either moving you closer to the life you imagine, or keeping you stuck in the one you've settled for. The dream won't vanish, but you will. One day your body won't have the strength, your mind won't have the sharpness, or your circumstances won't allow you to take that leap you take someday. So stop waiting. Stop acting like you're immortal. Chase the dream now, while you can still run after it with everything you've got. Because one day, the time will run out. And the only thing worse than death is dying with your dreams still locked inside you. Action is the spark that turns an idea into reality. You can think, plan, and dream all you want, but nothing changes until you move. The first step doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to happen. Too many people get stuck waiting for motivation, as if they need to feel ready before they act. But here's the truth: motivation comes after you start, not before. The moment you take even the smallest action, you create momentum. And momentum has a power all its own. Momentum is what turns a single step into a steady pace, and a steady pace into unstoppable progress. It works like a snowball rolling downhill. It starts small, but with every roll it gathers more speed and mass until it's almost impossible to stop. The same happens in your life. Send that first email, make that first call, post that first video, or write that first page, and you've already shifted from dreaming into doing. That shift changes how you think, how you feel, and how you approach everything. Action builds confidence. Every move you make proves to yourself that you're capable, and that proof fuels your belief, which fuels more action. It's a cycle that can completely transform your life. But it only starts when you decide to stop thinking and start doing. Even tiny actions matter, because they stack up. One small step a day adds up to hundreds over the course of a year. And by then, you've built something real, while others are still stuck at the starting line. The beauty of momentum is that it makes hard things feel easier over time. What feels impossible today can become second nature a few months from now if you just keep moving forward. But momentum is fragile. It thrives on consistency. If you stop, it slows down. And starting again takes far more effort. That's why you have to keep feeding it with action. Even when you don't feel like it, even when progress feels slow. In the end, it's simple. Without action, you have nothing but ideas. With action, you have progress, growth, and the unstoppable force of momentum pushing you forward. And once momentum is on your side, everything changes. You stop chasing your dreams, and your dreams start chasing you. Life gives you one shot, and the clock is already running. Every day you spend waiting, doubting, or hiding in comfort is a day you never get back. The truth is simple. You don't get to replay this. Your dreams are calling, and they won't chase you. Urgency is your advantage. Fear is your compass. And action is your greatest tool. Yes, stepping out will be uncomfortable, but comfort never created anything worth remembering. The moments that terrify you are the ones that will define you if you have the courage to move toward them. You are capable of more than you think, but capability means nothing without movement. Take the first step, keep going, and let momentum carry you where hesitation never could. One day, the clock will hit 0. Make sure that when it does, you can look back and know you lived with urgency, fought for your dreams, and left nothing undone. This is your life. Make it unforgettable.